When I came back home, I was so ashamed. I'm not gonna lie. And I had this voice in me that was telling me that people are gonna be laughing at you, people are gonna be talking about you, people are gonna be saying things about you, gossiping about you, and every single person is gonna be looking at you and laughing at you. Hey guys, welcome back. Today I just want us to talk about being free in order to become. And you might be asking, what does it mean to be free in order to become? It means letting go or shutting down that voice that is in you that is trying to pull you down or to cripple you or to keep you from being the best version of yourself. You cannot become the best version of yourself if you're not free. What do I mean by that? I just came from the city back at home. And let me tell you, I was so ashamed because I didn't want to come back home. Because there was this voice in me that was telling me that going back home, it means going back to face the people, the community, the public, the world back at home. Because they know you as someone who is in the city doing and living the best life. And well, God had to humble me, or life humbled me to come back home. And here I am talking to you about this experience of mine. When I came back home, I was so ashamed. I'm not gonna lie. And I had this voice in me that was telling me that people are gonna be laughing at you, people are gonna be talking about you, people are gonna be saying things about you, gossiping about you, and every single person is gonna be looking at you and laughing at you. You see how funny it is that we create these conversations in our mind that makes us shrink? And it's so sad. Because you might realize that sometimes people are going to just look at you and mind their own business. Because come on, we're all going through the most in this life right now. And ain't nobody got time to talk about you, But in my mind, I was so convinced that everybody's talking about me. And that made me feel so ashamed of myself. And it made me hide from the people, from the community, from the world here at home. Because I'm like, no, people are looking at me sideways, people are thinking that way. And I was so even ashamed to even get into a taxi to go to town, because I'm like, someone will see me at town and they will talk about me. So it's like, I didn't want anybody to talk about me. And I'm like, that's crazy when you think about it. Like, you don't want people to talk about you, but okay, that's life. People will talk about you. But what I'm trying to say is, I let that negative voice talk so much that it gave birth to shame. And that shame made me start hiding from the community. And now thinking about it or talking about it, it's like, as much as I was hiding from the community or the world, I was actually hiding from becoming the best version of myself. Why am I saying that? I am saying that because that shame keeps you and it shrinks you and it hinders you from looking at life in a positive way. Because that negative thought is actually the enemy who is planting a seed for me to feed and nurture that negative thought, so that I don't look at life in a different light. So I had to come to a point where I was like, I cannot live like this. I cannot not go to town because I'm afraid that people are going to talk about me. I cannot go out here at home and be ashamed to walk around because I'm afraid that people are going to talk about me. They're going to talk about me, and then what? That doesn't take away anything from me. And that is what the enemy does. He makes you think like, when people talk about you, it takes something away from you. It doesn't. So actually, let them talk. Okay, let them talk. So that was keeping me from being free. I can't walk around. I can't go to town because I'm hiding. So actually, I am at home, but I'm not free. And for me to be free, I have to kill that thought that the enemy planted, that seed that the enemy planted in my mind, and I've been nurturing it. And actually, it's like I've become in agreement with the shame to say, you live with me and you live in me and I've accepted that you live in me and we're just one. I had to kill that thought. And for me to kill that thought is killing it with God. You just have to put the different thought that is opposite to that. Okay, I had the thought of, okay, you're going back home. People are going to be talking about you. It's embarrassing. I had to come to a point where I was like, okay, in order for me to stop looking at it in this light, how can I look at it? And I had to ask myself to say, talk to God. God, what are the lessons in this season? What do you want me to learn in this season? What do you want me to become? Who do you want me to become in this season? Because there's something in each and every season. And when you're busy focusing in the negative or the negative voice that is in you, you miss the lesson in that season. And sometimes those lessons are the lessons that you're going to need when you step into the next season of your life, or when you step into becoming the best version of your life, of yourself. When you step into becoming the best version of yourself, you're going to need some of those lessons. So I've come to a point where I've accepted that when God is delivering you, the deliverance doesn't actually look like the result. It is so painful and it hurts. But when you overlook and you start looking behind the pain, you will see that you are going to become the best version of yourself. Because there's always something behind the pain. There is you, the past, you, the present, and you, the future. And there's something that there's something that you had in you, the past, that the present has to clean off for you to step into the best version that you can be for the future. So for me, I've started to look into that point, and to be honest, I am so free. Now I can walk around, now I can go wherever I can go, now I can do anything I can do. And now I've started to fill my mind with positivity to say, okay, Ash, okay, you're doing this, you're at home. What can you do? How can you make the best out of this experience? I started thinking business-wise, what I can start and everything. And honestly, let me tell you, I feel so much peace in my heart. I am so free, and I've stopped looking at people in a way of they're talking bad about me, and accept that, no, people are going to talk. And sometimes you might think that people are talking bad about you, but sometimes they might be looking at you and be like, how is she able to do it? How is she doing it? Okay, how is she still being able to look up and live and continue to live with confidence and courage and audacity? How is she that audacious? You know, sometimes people can look at you in a way that they're looking up to you. But because you have this negative thought in you, you think they're looking at you or talking about you because they're talking bad about you. But no. And I was not going to be the person that I am now if I didn't kill that thought. So I had to kill that thought for me to feel free and be able to step out and be able to see people and be able to interact with other people and listen to their ideas, their advice, and engage with different people, because engaging with them has really opened my eyes, and I'm becoming the best version of myself. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm at a point where I'm like, I'm so thankful to God for this experience, for this humbling season, and for this season that I'm in that is so humbling actually. But I'm so thankful because there's something in me that I'm realizing, or there's so much in me that I'm realizing that I didn't know I had in me. So if you're going through a humbling season that you feel so ashamed and everything, please take off that shame and look at it in a way of, God, what are the lessons that I need to learn in this season? Instead of me to wear the shame, let me wear the jersey of, I want to learn. And what do you want me to learn? And you know what I've realized is that when you give in to the negative thoughts, that shame and hiding, it hinders you from definitely becoming, but not only that, but it prolongs the season. If God has already said that you are going to go through a humbling season, no matter how many times you try to run away, you will go through that season, whether you like it or not. And if you don't humble yourself enough to say, Lord, okay, I am here. What do you want to do with me? What are the lessons that you want me to learn? You're going to keep on prolonging that season up until you come to the point where you need to humble yourself, so that God can free you from what has been in you, so that you can step into who He wants you to become. Because what the person that you were in the past and the person that you are in the present is two different people. And the reason is, the person that you were in the past was good for that time, but not good for the present, and definitely not great for the future. So the present is there to clean you, to prepare you, to strengthen you, to mold you, and to make you be able to be a person who's worth stepping into their best version of themselves. Who knows, maybe you need to minister to someone else. And how can you help or minister to someone else something that you are ashamed of yourself? Something that you don't want to experience, you are hiding away from. How can you help someone? But for you to be able to help someone is because you need to go through it for you to come out of it and help someone. Enjoy each and every season that comes in your life. It can be a dry season, a fruitful season, a happy season, a sad season, a grieving season. Give in to each and every season, because each and every season has a lesson, and each and every season molds you into becoming the best version of yourself and the great woman that you need to become. So yes, I love you, and please take care. Mwah.